Alright, how you doing? And welcome back to this another video in the SoF2 Unreal Edition series. As normal, it's just another progress update to show you where I'm at and what's going on. So let's get straight into the game. I've packaged it, built it and packaged it, and let's have a little look. I was watching a video by a guy, what's his name again? Misc or something like this guy there. And he said that when you're building games in Unreal Engine, it's always a good idea to package them periodically, test them, because quite often what works in the viewport in the editor doesn't always work in the packaged game. So I didn't worry about it too much until I came to make this video a few days ago, and it turns out he's quite right. So I packaged the game. I was working on the scalability options, which as you can see I've got working there. That's miscellaneous, sorry. Scalability and network, which are all done now apart from the proxy settings there. I haven't quite got it down to the CD key. I wanted to have all this done for this video. I haven't quite managed that. But when I packaged the game and opened it, all the key bindings are now no longer loading, but they load in the editor. So the code is working for the editor but not the packaged game. But so that's not going to be too much of a problem. I'll just work that out and I'll get it fixed. But I'll quickly show you what I've done since the last video. So in the display settings, when I started this project, I wanted to make an exact copy of Soldier of Fortune 2 multiplayer, and it's turning out that 20 years of technological development and advancement, a lot of the technology used in the original game is just not relevant anymore, and there's so much more available now that I'm not going to make an exact copy. So we have here 3 buttons. There was one in the original game, applied changes. I've now got reset settings, which is obvious. You apply changes and you want to go back, just hit resettings, and run benchmark, which I talked about in the last video. So what you can do, if you change everything, randomly change stuff, hit apply. The settings don't change now until you hit apply changes. You get your window and it's applied. If you run benchmark, it pauses for a second, there's a pretty progress bar or something there, and then it puts them back to what is relevant, what is good for your system, which on mine is all high. The run benchmark doesn't change the video mode, the resolution, or the full screen. That's still your choice, and it doesn't actually apply the settings, although it changes the internal values until you hit apply settings, and that's then changed. The quality, the overall quality value, I hadn't done in the last video, but I've done now, as you can see, it's that there. Again, you need to apply settings. Windowed is the same as it was the last time. Reset. It has reset the values there, but reset doesn't change the windowed full screen. The windowed version, I haven't added that in because I felt that's something that a lot of people wouldn't want to change. But you can do that in whatever way. I might add that into the reset settings function later on. We'll see. So the display settings are finished, and then I went on to the scalability settings, and I noticed a lot of the settings in scalability are already done now in display. So visual effects, texture quality, shading, shadow quality are all part of the scalability settings. So what I've decided to do is get rid of the scalability settings altogether, because a lot of these things like shell ejection, dead bodies, glow detail, they're to do, as far as I can tell, with reducing the amount of CPU and GPU usage, which isn't really so much of a factor today, especially for no games. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to combine scalability and display into sort of basic and advanced. So on this screen here, you've got basic, 2 tabs, basic where it's just low quality, higher, ultra, and advanced where you can actually enter numerical values for each graphic setting that Unreal Engine offers. So that's what I'm going to do, and then scalability, I'm going to get rid of all that and then just put something else in there, whatever's relevant to this game today. That's what I'm going to put there. So all these values, all these options, they just change internal values, but they don't actually apply anything, because a lot of these miscellaneous scalability network settings are only going to be applicable to the game once it's running. So audio we saw the last time, it changes, it does, that's working correctly. Miscellaneous options, team scores on off, auto switch, all that's still going to be there, all that's relevant. The crosshair is just the standard ones that came with the game, and brightness does change an internal value, but it doesn't change the actual brightness of the screen, because I found there's a number of ways to do that. in Unreal Engine, and I haven't decided which one to use yet, so that's not set yet. Scalability we just talked about, and then network, again, they all change internal values, but how many people use a 30 to 3.6 key modem? I haven't used one of them in a couple of years at least. So single ISD, dual ISD, all that's going to change. What I might do is have some sort of network test as you load the game that measures your, on the first run of the game, that measures your bandwidth, and then sets it automatically, or you can enter a numerical value or something, and then we'll see how that goes. Max frames per second is a function in Unreal Engine. Show lagometer might not be relevant today. Impact prediction, don't really know what that is. And allow download. Allow download's a funny thing. I never liked that in the original game, because as far as I remember, if you had it on and you tried to enter a level, it went to download every file off the server that you didn't have. So what I decided to do, so I always turned it off, so what I decided to do is I'll have it the option, and yes, you can download every file off the server if you like. Or, say you had a clan, and your clan had your own server, and there's a server admin who updates all the files, and is putting out emails saying, new files on the server, make sure you download them before the match, before the game, and whatever. And who's going to remember? What's going to happen is all your team members are going to come along, and some people have the files, some people don't. So allow download will then have the option for you to download files that are only relevant to your clan. And if you put it on, and maybe even an option to actually select individual files off the server at some point. I don't know, we'll see how that goes, but that's something I'm thinking about as well. The proxy, I haven't quite finished yet, because these use just buttons, borders, and with the on-hovered function and the click function. This includes the editable multi-line editable text boxes and multi-line editable text boxes, so it's a little bit more difficult to get it all up, so I haven't quite finished that yet. And no, that's not working. So that's so far. And the CD key section I haven't finished yet either. So of the options in the game, I have to fix that, but that won't be too much. Display is pretty much done, but I'm going to combine that with the scalability to have a basic and advanced section. Audio's done. Miscellaneous is done. I need to fix the brightness to apply it to the actual screen. Scalability, I don't know what I'm going to put in there. I'll just see what Unreal Engine offers as I develop the game and add options that are relevant and good. Network, that's pretty much done once I get the proxy working, but again I can't test that until I've got a game working, and CD key shouldn't take too long. In player, I've got the model, the edit text there doesn't save your name, and I obviously need to apply the different colours that SoF2 had. I need to put the textures on the model there, and I need to allow you the option to choose whatever skin you want for the game for your player. So other than that, that's the options pretty much done. Although they're not loading there, they do work in the editor, so I just need to work out why. And that's that. So the violence lock, I will put in I'll set it up as it is in the game, but I'm not going to use the violence lock because I don't know anyone that ever used that. Again, I might take that out once the game's a bit more complete and put something else in there. Mods, I'll have a list of mods as a way of crediting the mods that I use, and maybe I want to allow this game to be modded by the user, so this section will be open for that later on as well. Just did that. That's create server. That's what I'll do next, but that's not going to take too long because there's not much to do there. And shouldn't take too long. It's a wee bit sync there. And the join server section is going to be quite big. I'm quite looking forward to doing that. So we'll see. So that's, I don't think I can go back. So that's it pretty much done with regards to the options. Everything there, a few errors to fix and a few things to tidy up, but everything there is pretty much done apart from a few things there, the CD key section which won't take too long, and a few other small things. So that's pretty much the options screen done. So that is that. So that's where I'm at with the actual game. We'll open up the editor, Unreal Engine, and we'll see where we're at, and I'll show you all the different things I want to show you there. So, what have we done? Right. In the game, wait, I'll get the UI up. So in the game, in the display options, on there, the hardware interface. If you remember, I spoke about that. It uses the RHI, the render hardware interface, and it's not something you can set. It's set before the game starts, but I just wanted to display the name of the RHI that's used in the game as the game loaded. So I worked that out and I got it working. And what I did was you have to do it by C++. So I changed this project. I said in the last video, I changed this project to C++. And I created, when you convert a Blueprint project to C++, the game instance, it will still use the Blueprint game instance. So if you created a C++ game instance, as I did, a new class, that one there, GI main, it doesn't automatically apply that to game, so you had to swap that over, and I did, and this is it here. So that's the new game instance, and I just got rid of the old one. What is I'm trying to show you? Right. Yes, I think I know. So if we go into gimain.h and gimain.cpp. So to get the RHI, all you need is a function that returns an F string called getRHI, call it whatever you like, that is a U function and is blueprint callable, so you can call it from the blueprint. You need hardwareinfo.h as the include, and in the CPP, the function just returns f hardware info, get hardware info with RHI as the parameter there. And that's all that does. That's all you need there. So when you load the game, I began to tidy up my code here. So in event construct, you load the game, and where would it be? So in load display settings, all you do, you get cast to the game instance, call the function getRHI, and then store it into a string, and then set it into the text box, and that's all that is. And that is the function. GetRHI is the function getRHI there, and game instance main.cpp, and that's it. And then you just apply it to the text box. So that's that done. As I say, I'm tidying it up a wee bit. There is one other thing. So I have applied two functions here that come in right at the start of event construct: check reset settings and check display quality level. I don't think that's the right name for that function. So check reset settings uses the Victory plugin to check a file, game.ini in saved config windows game.ini for the value reset all in a section called settings.reset. If it's true, it loads the default options, resets the variable in the file, and then returns. And if it's not, it resets the variable in the file. Sorry, that's if the option is not found, resets it adds it to the file. And secondly, reset display and audio only. It's the same process. Searches for the values reset display audio. If it's there, resets all the display and audio settings and then returns. And then completes loading the game. And so I added that. I'll show you the file. So it's saved into the project folder, saved, config, Windows, game.ini. So I've got sections here for all the things that I'm adding. Miscellaneous settings, audio settings, depending upon what I need to store. And there's the values there. Reset all, false. Reset display and audio, false. So if you change your graphics settings and the game doesn't load, you can go into this file and reset everything or reset just display and audio. So I thought that'd be quite a good idea. I'll quickly show you the game in the editor just to show you that the loading of the key bindings does actually work in the editor, but it doesn't work in the package game. And obviously load defaults works as well. So I need to fix this. I don't know where that is. Can't seem to find that error. It says the widget UI main_C was already added to the screen. So at some point part in the game, I'm attempting to add it to the viewport, and I can't seem to find out where. But no, I can work that out. In the first video, I told you I was going to get a website up somewhere where we can discuss ideas, that sort of thing. So I have bought the domain, aonikf.com. I haven't got the website up yet. I've pretty much finished it. I don't mean finished it. I've pretty much done enough to put it up. But there's a few things I still want to do on it before I stick up. So we'll see what happens there. And that's it there. So I'll get the website up as soon as I can, and we'll see what happens. I'll show you what I've done on the website now. I usually do my websites in Blazor, but I've done it in PHP, just pure HTML this time. So that's it so far. It's not too much, but it's enough to get the website up. That sort of thing. There's an about section, which I've just briefly thrown together. I use a picture of Gordon Freeman there, because he's a bit of a hero of mine. That equation there is what's called a tensor metric. It is the tensor metric for the Star Trek warp drive, as derived by a man called Miguel Alcubierre many years ago. Faster than light travel is a bit of an interest to me, shall we say. So anyway, game development, software development, digital art, everything's coming soon. Most pages are going to have the coming soon, and I've got a contact page as well, should you want to contact me, but that's not working quite correctly yet. So anyway, that's my website. I'll get it up as soon as I can, and we'll move forward. So again, next month, towards the end of the month, I'll get the next video. I'll definitely have the options finished for next month. What else is there? I'll definitely have the options finished for next month, and then I'm going to do the violence lock in the modding section and create server. I'll leave the join server till last, and that's about it. So that's all. I think that's everything I'd like to say for this video. And there was one other thing, but I can't remember what it was. Who knows. Anyway, that's everything for this video. I hope you enjoy the progress that we're making, and thank you for watching, and until next time, see you later.